is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC. It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to On the Dot. It's a Wednesday once again, and we hope you're having a grand time as we are, because we're already in the middle of May, aren't we? Almost there, in the middle of May, and we are celebrating so many things this May, and this is what's going on. All right, so Mia, hello. How are you?
Hi Dot. Hi everyone. Welcome to On the Dot.
Welcome. How's it going? The weather is fine, no? You like it?
Yes.
Yeah. It's
I
time
like
for garden.
cold weather though. I don't like warm weather.
I don't like hot. Yeah. So here we are, and we have a very special guest today, because I think I am a consumer of what he is producing. One of the many things that he produces, which you will introduce. I mean, the things that he does, you will introduce me as. So let's go. Let's do it.
Yes, our guest combines his passion for storytelling and his passion for food, specifically Filipino cultured food. So, and I was lucky enough to attend one of his events, and he is the founder of Historia. Thus, the title of our episode today is Every Dish tells a story.
Every
So
dish
that's where
tells
our
a story.
title came from.
Mhm.
Yes,
Historia.
Historia. Historia is story in Tagalog, right?
Mhm. Yes.
He originated from Washington. He started as a server, is that right? But now he is an associate creative director for Amazon. So that's his normal job. And passion niya yung storytelling and promoting the culture, the Filipino culture, the Filipino heritage. So our guest is Mr. Walbert Castillo. Welcome, Walbert.
Hello,
Hi.
Albert. Welcome.
Thank you, Dot and Mia, for having me on the show. I'm very excited to be here today. And salamat for the opportunity.
All right. You're welcome.
Of
And
course,
thank
our
you.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting the invitation.
So what made you use the word historia for what you do?
That's a good question. So my mom is from Mindanao and my dad is from the Visayas. And so
Aha.
I think story in the Visayan or Visaya, right, is more necessarily geared toward historia. But then I know that in Tagalog, cuento is used, right? And so it was a semblance of like trying to figure out, what, is aligned closely to where my parents are from. And, Historia naturally just came about. I felt that it was the most connected. And that's sort of how Historia, the word came to be.
Yeah, actually, Historia is more like derived from the Spanish word. It's more Spanish, right? Than
It
Tagalog.
is.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
almost like Historia, like
Right,
Historia.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, in Tagalog, it's cuento.
Cuento.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
And very closely related to history,
Yes,
story,
yes.
history, and her story. If you're a feminist, not really,
Yeah.
not really. That's how
Right.
I'm just kidding. It's how women want to change the word history to her
Her
story.
story,
Story.
really?
Yeah.
You've heard of that, right,
And then
Walbert?
I have. We can do her
Wow.
Storia. when we do some
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
engagement. I think so many ideas to find our way into representation across the board.
All right. So you are based here in Las Vegas, correct?
That's correct. So I am based in Las Vegas. I have been here for about a year and a half, but
Mm-hmm.
prior to this, I was in Washington, D.C., as Mia had mentioned, for about 5 years. And I'm originally from Chicago, so grew up and raised in the Midwest, found myself out east, and now I'm west.
Oh,
So
wow. Here.
Were you born in the U.S.?
I was born in Chicago, yes.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Wow. So the love for Filipino culture, did your parents influence you in any way, or was that just you getting
Yeah,
into
so
the Filipino culture?
my mom, by trade, she's now retired. She was a dietitian, but she always wanted to create her own business. She loves making Filipino pastries. She designs wedding cakes and bakes them for specific events. Way back when I was in high school, she baked cakes for my friend's cotillion. So there were so many different events that she would, make her cakes for. And so knowing that she had always wanted to, make a bakery business, I found some alignment there. I think growing up, I learned what it meant to taste things on the sweeter side, but also learn what Filipino food was like. Introduced it as a cook herself. So underlyingly, I think my taste palette had formed over the years through her wonderful dishes and baked goods.
Mm-hmm. So would you say really that there's a story behind each dish?
Yeah, no, a story. So in terms of Historia or just
Yeah.
overall with what my mom does, essentially.
I don't know how you would use it in your context.
Yeah. So I guess to sort of provide more context and background information for Historia, Historia is a community-driven pop-up restaurant in Las Vegas that's very much focused on understanding, culinary journeys inspired by Philippine history, as well as through the lens of storytelling, right? And so I started Historia because I felt disconnected as a Filipino American, as a second generation Filipino American. And so, for me, I wanted to learn more about my culture and my heritage through things that I did in school, through events and organizations that I joined after college. So I joined the Filipino Student Association in college. I joined NAFA after college. I was the DC chair prior, and I was the vice president for Filipino young professionals of DC. Throughout, my many endeavors with, these Filipino organizations, I learned that I wasn't the only one who felt disconnected by their own culture. And so what brought me together was learning how I'm not the only one experiencing this, but others are as well. And so last year I traveled to the Philippines with my cousins from the US, San Diego, San Francisco, Hawaii, Chicago, New York, me in Vegas. We all flew to Mindanao and we hopped in two pickup trucks alongside with my cousins, and we drove and made an entire U across Mindanao to the Visayas. And so we met our second degree cousins, third degree cousins, fourth degree cousins, people that we've never met before. And
Was it your first time in the Philippines then?
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I've actually been there. I love the sign. I've been there, I find myself every other 2 or 3 years in the Philippines, which is nice. But this one was very special because I got to, learn more about my origin story. And so I thought, when I came back, how do I make Filipinos and Filipino Americans proud of where they came from? If I was proud by me understanding my origin stories. So my Historia starts right after I came back from the Philippines in June of last year. And I thought, why not serve food that was very much in the beginning of what the Philippines was? And so Historia serves pre-colonial Filipino inspired foods. We're taking
Wow.
it back before the Spanish. We're taking it back before the US. What was there before the Chinese had traded with the Filipinos? What was there before the Arab, Malay, Japanese, Chinese, all these different influences and settlements, right? And so I'm working with historians from the Ayala Museum to cross-authenticate all the different ingredients that were native to the Philippines before any colonizations took place on the islands. So that's sort of the story. And I thought, if I can, if I can start from the beginning, our own origin stories as a culture, then we can then be proud of like where we come from. Yeah.
Wow. I'm
That is very
speechless.
true. Yeah, because the minute I walked in the Historia event, you could see that everything was researched, from the uniforms of the servers, the rituals, and even the salt. They had what do you call that salt, Walbert?
Yeah, it's asin tibook. It's a pre-colonial Filipino salt that started all the from pre-colonial times and is continued to be preserved by one family in Bohol that continues this tradition. It takes 5 months to make one salt, 1 kilo of salt, rather.
Did you bring it from Bohol to here?
So funny enough,
you did.
It made its way, right? But we were able to work with the direct organization that works in tandem with that family. And so what will be exciting is that in the next dinner, that organization will be present at our pop-up dinner, and she will take part in the storytelling throughout the evening.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
And even the servers, they know about their product, and whatever they're doing, you get servers that just serve food, but these young women and men really know what they're talking about. So that's very impressive.
I love that. I love that.
You should attend one of those. It's fully booked already, right? Can we
When is the next
event?
How do you schedule these events, Walbert?
Yeah, so we're not your regular restaurant, right? We're a pop-up restaurant, right? So a lot of people are like, wait, what is a pop-up? I'm not familiar with it. It's almost like Tita Margie was like, oh, it's a traveling restaurant.
Okay.
But like basically we pop up in one restaurant location to the next. We don't have a brick and mortar space, but what we do is once we rent the venue, we'll bring everyone, my staff, the servers, cooks, storytellers, bussers, food runners, everyone involved to fill that space up. And so we do it on a once per month basis. May 30th is this upcoming pop-up dinner. While bookings were sold out, we are continuing to have a wait list, and we're going to have walk-ins.
Where is this?
It's going to be at Vegas Test Kitchen in downtown Fremont. Yeah. And then the next one, I actually haven't announced this yet. So this is new news. The next event will be at Neupitz.
Okay.
All right.
June 29th on Thursday. And it's exciting because that'll be the last Origins pop-up dinner. So the name of this chapter is Origins. The next chapter will focus on a completely different menu, one that focuses on Chinese Filipino. So we're going to explore what the Filipinos had traded with the Chinese during this time period as well. And
yes,
so
it's very educational.
Very, very. And so
I'm just amazed.
Yes, you would be if you attend one of those events. I was amazed. You'd like the ritual that they presented the last time, Dot.
Yes.
Can you tell us more about that?
I'm not a foodie, but that's very interesting. I'm interested in history, actually.
Yeah, no, us, it's very important. I don't describe myself as an expert in my field or an educator. Instead, this is why we work with historians, to be able to ensure that the authenticity is there. And, we're working with historians as a key resource in helping us craft these stories and these dishes more accurately to tell our historia. The award-winning culinary historian that we work with is Tita Feliz Prudente Santa Maria. She is based in Manila, and she is the vice president of the Food Writers Association of the Philippines. but also on the board for the Ayala Museum. So she's been amazing. Like, she's written several books. She was the one who translated the oldest living document that Pigafetta, the chronicler,
Chronicles of
who was
Pigafetta.
next to Magellan, on that voyage, to accurately tell, what did he see. So he wrote that all in their own native language, and Tita Feliz had translated it to make it more digestible for everyone to consume.
Wow, they translated it to what, English or
English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So you get your sources, your historians direct from the Philippines? Do you communicate? Oh, do you have them here?
We actually communicate with them through Facebook Messenger. We have monthly calls with them on our team. And so I'm excited because I'm actually going to the Philippines next month. So hopefully I'll be able to see her and, talk to her about our journey thus far in building Astoria.
Are you going to Luzon this time? Not Mindanao.
Yeah, I'll be in Luzon. So I'm filming a documentary for Amazon. Yeah, for my work. I'll be in Tanay, Rizal.
Okay, Tanay, Rizal.
Yeah.
So wow, it's getting more and more interesting now that you mentioned Amazon. We'll take a short break, then let's talk about your documentaries on Prime Video. All right? Okay. So let's take a break and we'll be right back. Welcome.
On the Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC.
Welcome back to On the Dot. It's a Wednesday, and we hope you're enjoying your lunch or dinner, whatever time you're watching this. And this is brought to you by the University of the Philippines Alumni Association. And Mia's going to talk a little bit about our association.
Well, yes. Actually, I'd like to invite all the UP alumni to join us, those that are based in Nevada, to join the University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada. You can just call me or email me. My phone number is 702-281-9063 or miamcasino@gmail.com. We'd love to have you join us.
Only for $50 for the rest of your life.
That's a membership fee
for the rest of your life. Right.
It's one-time payment.
Yes. And we are talking with Walbert. Walbert, what's your family name? Castillo, right?
Castillo.
That's correct.
Castillo.
Castillo.
Yeah.
Castillo. Historio. Historiador.
What was your background in education, Walbert? Is it food or journalism?
Yeah. So my background is in journalism. I went to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. And so that's where I had gone to school, one of the Big Ten universities. And then I had several internships. I was very fortunate to teach English in China one summer.
Oh, wow.
I interned at CNN in Washington, D.C. with, their D.C. bureau. I interned for the White House during the Obama administration. And then I landed a full-time job at USA Today as a journalist right after school. So it's been busy. So I was in USA Today for about 4 years as a journalist. And then now I'm working at Amazon as a creative director. So I don't come from a food background, but I did work as a server the first summer I interned at CNN. I worked there because I actually didn't know anyone from the Filipino community because I'm from Chicago, and thought if I worked at a Filipino restaurant, maybe I can get connected with the Filipino community there. And so that led me to finding my manager from the White House while I was serving them. So it's just a really amazing story of how everything, all the dots were connected, right?
Are you a chef or you just manage the restaurant? Oh, okay, so there's a different
Just the
chef.
vision, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I wish I
The
could
the
cook well.
concept. So you come up with the concept of the pop-up, and yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But do you cook?
No, not as much. My mom usually prevents me from walking into the kitchen. She protects it. She's like, no, don't. Um, so it's just me left to my own devices to figure out, okay, I'll make this, I'll make that. So yeah.
Okay.
I mean, when I used to live in, like, before I moved to Vegas, I live with my parents now. I live in my family's house. Before I was living here in Vegas. I did live in, DC and Virginia, and so I would cook on the regular.
Oh, you were saying that about Historia in Visayas?
Oh, a person who likes to tell stories. Colloquially, the word is historiador.
Oh,
Historiador.
historiador.
Yeah. It's a colloquial
Very
term.
Spanish, yeah.
Yeah, colloquial
I don't
term.
know.
Yeah,
Historia.
slang. It's not. You won't find that probably in the dictionary. So, two questions, Walbert. The ingredients for what you present, are they local based, or that's one? Second one, do I probably have 17 questions, but anyway. So the first one is the ingredients. The second question is, did you do this before when you were in Chicago or DC? So two questions.
Yeah, so the ingredients, they are all local, except the asin tubuok. The asin tubuok is currently coming all the way from Bohol. But what is very unique about asin tubuok is it was inducted into the internationally acclaimed Arc of Taste by the Slow Food Committee. And it's a nonprofit organization. Basically, this nonprofit essentially identifies the endangered heritage foods unique in that specific region. So asin tubuok is an endangered food specific to the Philippines. Now, because we're looking at some of the ingredients that were very much prominent in the Philippines during, pre-colonial times, there are two other endangered ingredients that we have on our menu that I recently discovered. One of them is millet. Millet kapok in Cebu. It's sort of like, it looks like bird seeds, right? But when you steam it, it actually looks like rice. And so we have a paksiw dish, because paksiw is the predecessor to, adobo as we know it. One thing that was very interesting with us and the Spanish was that we both used vinegar as a souring agent to cook, but paksiw means, to cook or simmer, right? But adobo has the root word adobar, meaning to marinate. So the Spanish marinated their foods while we simmered our foods in vinegar. So that's why paksiw is like on our menu, but that's mixed with paksiw millet. And so millet is like that endangered heritage sort of grain. And then the next endangered ingredient that we have is pili nuts. That's actually on our Chime board. Yeah, pili nuts are endangered to the Philippines. And so that was another dish that is an appetizer of sorts, but it's sort of the Filipino version of a charcuterie board.
Charcuterie, we ordered that.
Yeah, essentially the story is, if I were a pre-colonial Filipino during this time, and I was, I'm gathering food for my family, what would I forage, or what would I bring from the forests or the oceans? And so we have dried meats, venison specifically, because Filipinos didn't have electricity or ways to refrigerate back then. They would they would use the sun to dry their meats, right? And so that's on the board. And then we have dried fish, and we have fruit, and we have taro and ube chips, all these different things. But yeah, essentially that's sort of, these kinds of ingredients that are so unique, but so vital, right, to understanding that story. And as for your second question, Dot, no, this is my first time ever doing anything like this in a kitchen setting. But I have to say, I am very much a self-starter. I love innovating. So before, like, I had Historia, I was actually building an app. And then it didn't go the way I planned. But before that, I was building another app, and it didn't go the way I planned either. So I've always been dabbling with things on the side. It's just not knowing. I felt like those projects I didn't really pour my heart and soul into. Whereas this, I feel like I can pour like my love for Filipino heritage, my passion for storytelling, my connectivity into the disconnect, right? And so all these things into one has really shined a light on the work that I do. And, it's been a journey. I've been in LLC, or Astoria has been in LLC business for the past 6 months, actually. And, the first time that we actually had an event, it was the first Filipino night market in Vegas. So I organized that back in October.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, and that was just like a really big event where we made a big splash in the community. So knowing, the positive feedback that we got from there, that led me to doing these pop-up dinners on a once per month basis.
Very nice.
Wow. Okay,
it's good
that's
that you're doing it in Vegas too.
I know, yeah.
The perfect place. Yeah.
It is.
I'm sure, like, you doing On the Dot, this show for a while, you've probably had so many community members talk about their love for the Vegas community in terms of Filipino culture. And so
that's so
it's
true.
an exciting time.
Yes. That's why, even though I thought of saying, this is it, goodbye. But the part of me is saying that we should keep going. Going. And so how does your work at Amazon Prime Videos, you make documentaries, what's the focus? Can you name a few of the things you've made?
Yeah. So more specifically, I work at Amazon specifically under the AWS brand marketing team. So if anyone here might be tuning in that might be familiar with AWS, it's sort of the cloud computing system or the technology umbrella within Amazon. So for AWS, I essentially create content that shows and highlights the positive impact that technology has had on people. So it's a very different, different bucket than what I'm used to, right, with Astoria. But I worked on a documentary series about people using technology to fight climate change back last year. And so I traveled to Zanzibar in Tanzania, London in the UK,
so nice.
Los Angeles, to understand how different industries and verticals are utilizing different forms of technology in their sector. And so that documentary series landed on Amazon Prime Video. That's called Climate Next. And so that's also on YouTube, right? The next documentary series that I'm working on right now is called AWS in Orbit. And it's about how, organizations are using cloud computing technology to unlock the future of space exploration. Wow. So yeah, the second episode will take us to it's an amazing story about how this organization is making sure that people who live in rural areas of the world, specifically in Southeast Asia, are provided internet. So, remote places like Tanay Rizal, they recently were provided internet accessibility. And so the story talks about like how internet has changed their lives. So that will take me.
What do you mean by provided internet accessibility?
Yeah,
they didn't have access before.
No internet
because
whatsoever. Because of the remote being
remote
so
location.
Remote. And so they would have to drive 2 hours to the city to get something when in fact, if they had internet, they could have communicated by phone, but couldn't, right? And
because
so
there were no cell towers, cell
no
phone.
cell towers, no nothing. So they use satellites. So the space side of it is they're using satellites to make sure they bring it to specific areas that don't have internet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've heard
You
of
could
that.
see the passion in the way Walbert talks about his.
How could you have,
That's really nice.
how could you have done all these things when you're only 16 years old?
Yeah, how old are you, Walbert? Do you just look
17,
young?
It's a
17.
mystery for me. You're only 16, 17. Oh my goodness.
29.
We're 29.
I was telling
Yeah.
that when I see you in events, you're just in shorts and very unassuming. But yeah, he's very, very well traveled.
I know.
Here's the
I'm
next
the
thing.
intern.
I'm seeing you now. I'm seeing you in TED Talk. How does that sound?
Hey,
How
come
does
on,
that
Walbert.
sound?
I
Tarana.
can do it.
I
Yeah,
can see
of
you there
course.
on TED Talk, talking about your passion. Just don't say no. Say yes. I'm your Lola.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
I'm there. I'm there.
What's that?
I'm there.
Walbert can
Yes.
do anything.
You're
Yeah.
so smart.
I love it. Amazing. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. No one's ever said that before about being on a TED Talk, so I appreciate that sentiment.
Okay, so hear ye, everyone. You know where to find Walbert. He's right here at in Vegas. You're gonna find him, and you need more of him. Just listen to the show again. Play this. If you want to recommend him to some UN whatever or international blah blah blah, refer to this show.
Yes. I'm glad we have Walbert in our
at least
episode.
we have a compact story of the historiador, Mr. Walbert.
Historiador.
So coming up for you, what would that be? So I know you have this the May 31st and the June 29th. Oh, May 30th.
May 30th.
May 30th. And you have the June 29th, and you have these documentaries in line at Amazon. And what else? What's your biggest brew right now? What are you brewing?
For me, I would love to have my own brick and mortar in the future, and have that be a physical location for anyone to go to in Vegas. But before I do that, I want to continue building the brand. The thing is, I don't want to come in and build a restaurant and start from the ground up, right? I want to start with these pop-up restaurants to plant a seed and let people know oh, this is happening. And we have the lead up. What's important is that I feel a lot of Filipino communities outside of Vegas also feel very disconnected by their own culture and identity. So my goal is to bring this to different parts of the country, but also the world. And so I don't know, it's a crazy endeavor.
It's not crazy. It's realistic. Go for it, Albert. You can do it. Yeah. If you put your mind to it. You build it, it will come.
Mia, you can sponsor an event like that.
Yes.
Think
Actually,
of that. The UP community.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. And even the way he describes the dishes, it goes back to the Filipino culture and roots, and and the words that he uses, and it's really impressive.
Yes.
It's
We're so proud of you.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. No, I appreciate that so much. I think storytelling has always been. I actually was inspired to do storytelling after I volunteered in Leyte after Typhoon Haiyan. Yolanda.
Oh yeah, I remember
and
that.
That's what made me I was studying pre-medicine biology before, but then I went to Leyte and I realized the impact of storytelling. And I changed my major. I dropped all my biochemistry, organic chemistry, biology, physiology, and then I dropped everything to go into journalism. And so I just it's been an amazing journey because all of those experiences that I talked about that came about because I took a leap of faith. Like I didn't
Yes.
really know what I was getting myself into, but then here we are today where you know, it kind of comes full circle. I'm able to provide a platform for my people.
I'd like to commend Walbert, you know, being born in the US and knowing so much more than someone who's born in the Philippines. Yeah, that's very, very good. I mean, that's amazing.
Very inspiring. Yes, very
thank
inspiring. You're the kind of Filipino I am very proud of.
Yes.
I know.
Maraming salamat.
Go places.
Sorry. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat. Yes.
That's his that's our segue for the superpower. I think I know what Walbert's superpower is.
Oh yes, yes.
Diba?
Because, yeah, you know. So it's time for our wait, who what? Wait, who what? The question today is,
what is your superpower? Power.
I love it.
Yes. What? So we're gonna play some clips and then we come back and talk about our superpowers. How about that?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Listen to this or watch this.
Okay, Vida, what's your superpower?
My superpower is my heart. I feel like it's never ending, overpouring, my cup overfills.
Yeah.
Yay.
Thank you, Vida.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
You just graduated.
Mga kaabyanan, mayong gabi. Ano kuno ang ako nga superpower? Ang ako lang masabat sina, ang superpower ko amo ang ako nga duha ka dulunggan para makapamati sa inyo nga mga pamulong-mulong. Salamat.
My superpower? Invisibility.
Wow, you have a cloak of invisibility there. You don't see him now. Superpower.
My superpower? My patience.
Very nice.
My super...
What's your
Sleeping.
super? That's your superpower.
My superpower?
Power nap.
Power now is my superpower.
Okay.
All right. So that's the superpower of different people. Those are their superpowers. Mia, what's yours?
My superpower, I think, is my decisiveness.
Ay, wow.
When I decide, that's it. One of my staff before, I used to work in a restaurant and a hostel too in the Philippines. And one of them said, yan, si Ma'am Mia, ganyan lang yung magsalita. But when I decide, the decision, it's like,
Wow.
So I think that's my superpower.
Yes.
How about you, Walbert? What's your
What's yours?
superpower?
That's a good question. I think empathy.
Oh, that's nice too.
And I think empathy because as a journalist and storyteller, like coming from that background, like I've just been able to put myself in other people's shoes. And so that like allowed me to listen more and, you know, really look at, you know, who everyone is as a people. So I think like knowing the team that I've been able to build, I like always think of them before I think of myself in a lot of what I do.
Nice.
But yeah, that's sort of my superpower. Decisiveness, I wish I had that because, you know, there's so many decisions, right? But, you know, one decision at a time.
Or you can
even
say,
if you make the wrong decision, you stand by it.
Yeah.
That's how I am. I'm like, oops, sorry. I'll do it again. I'll do better next time. But that was my decision.
that's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Yes, whatever it is. How about you, Dad?
I think mine would be manifesting.
Oh, that's
Manifesting.
nice.
And whatever I put my mind into, or even visualizing, for some people, they come true. They show up, you know. They manifest. So talking about superpowers, so your superpower, Walbert, I feel that now I'm going to manifest your superpower. I think that you're really going to go big in whatever chosen field you have.
Yes.
You whatever you're continuing
I
on.
will decide on that.
Yes. So vote in na
You
tayong
made the decision
Thank
already.
you. Thank you.
Manifested and decided for you.
Oh, yeah. So we will increase your empathy, and I think you're an individual with
Yes.
a very healthy self-esteem, and your mama must be very proud of you. So happy Mother's Day to your mother. I'm sure that she brought you up like this. I just would like to give her
Raised
credit.
him well, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to give her
That,
credit
I
for
wish
that.
we could clone you. So we have more of you.
Yeah. Let's say hello
She's
to our
actually in the
mothers.
Philippines right now.
Say hello to her, or whoever else you want to say hello to. Your mothers.
Yeah. Hi, Ma. Hi, everyone. Shout out to the Astoria team for just, being there every single day. I couldn't have done it without you all. Yeah, shout out to my family and like all my friends who have supported me along this journey. And like my parents, like my dad and my mom, they're the reason why I like moved all the way from DC to be here. So it's just been very eye-opening to sort of be back home with the parents. But yeah, my mom is actually in the Philippines right now. So hopefully I can send her this video and she can see it when she wakes up.
How do you talk to her in your language, native language? Do you know how to speak
Do you
Cebuano?
speak or understand?
Yeah, I can understand a bit. Yeah, more than I can with Tagalog. I can't speak Tagalog at all. I can't understand Tagalog at all. But I can understand more Bisaya.
Oh.
Makasulti ikaw.
I can't speak.
Yeah, okay.
But
What does that
Makasabot ka.
mean?
You can
Makasabot understand. I
sulti.
know
Oh,
that.
sulti is speak.
Speak.
Yeah.
Yes,
My roots are
yeah.
from Mindanao and Iloilo. So yeah.
Okay.
So
Awesome. Where in Mindanao?
Butuan City, Agusan del Sur. So I'm gonna shout out to my cousins there and my father's siblings. For the first time in 37 years, we were able to bring them back, the remaining siblings, bring them to Iloilo to meet Nanay and my sister and my other sister. So it's really it's like what you're talking about, Walbert, when you return to your culture and you tell stories about each other. What happened to you in the past? What's your story now? And what are you looking forward to? So it's like that. The reunions that we're having, they're all about historia, diba? So, and we love to talk over food. We love to talk over food.
Well, if it's one thing that Filipinos like really find alignment with, it's three things that start with the F's, right? It's family, food, and photos. Right?
Photos naman.
The three F's.
Wrong spelling, wrong.
Family,
Photos.
food, and photos. Pwede na yun, Mia.
Oh, before anything else, Walbert and I we're working with NAFA. We have a networking this Thursday.
Okay.
So we'd like to invite everyone at the Foundation Room at Mandalay Bay on the 17th. So that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. What time did you say the time?
What time does it start again, Walbert, the networking?
Yeah, I believe it starts from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m.
8:30, yes.
Right.
So hope you could join us. If you're free on Thursday, join.
I know, right? I'm NAFA as well.
Yeah. Yes, and so is Johan.
Yes.
Nako. We're getting people are getting younger. In NAFA, that's what. Who was that? Who said that?
We need young blood.
Yeah, Miss Amy Belmonte. She said we need young blood, young people, and also Miss Banaria.
Walbert, right? Walbert was a chair for NAFA for DC at a very young age too.
Awesome.
I was the DC chair, and now I'm the NAFA Young Professionals Coalition's director. Yeah.
Wow.
Galing.
I have another.
You know Galing? You understand Galing?
I have another one. Whoa!
I love that. I need to make signs myself now.
Yes,
This
yes.
So
is
just
this is too
popsicle
amazing.
sticks, they're just fun because you can just hold them like fans and to cover your mouth. Whoa! And
Our
then
emoji.
yes. And then so it's time for us to listen to our quote. Mia, did you prepare a quote for us today that we can
Yes,
talk about?
I have a
It's
quote
where-
from
yeah.
Deborah Cater, and it says, "You have to taste a culture to understand it."
Perfect.
Very
You
perfect.
have
That's
to
what
taste.
Walbert is doing.
Where is that quote from? That's such an amazing quote.
It's from Deborah Cater.
Oh wow.
I'll send it to you.
Please send it to me.
Yes,
You
I
resonate with
will.
it, don't you? Your
I
your
do.
whole
Mhm.
thing right now resonates with that.
Yeah,
To
yeah, it
understand
really
the culture.
does. It
It's
really
just,
does. Wow.
yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course, of
Today, Mia.
course. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
perfect for what you're doing.
'Cause
And
that's
hope
what
you
we
will
do,
continue
right?
to do that. Yes.
Even when we travel, the things that we want to taste are the street foods. At least for me, when I
Mhm.
travel, I want
Are
to
you
taste.
adventurous when it comes to street food?
Well, it has
It
not been
depends.
quite as adventurous as you would want it to be because I don't eat meat. So that's
Right.
someone from the US, someone from Las Vegas went to Bohol and Cebu and Palawan, and she said the least thing that she liked about the Philippines was food. She probably encountered very salty food
Exotic. Oh,
because
oily.
yes, because her diet here is very healthy, fruits and raw foods. So she probably encountered a lot of I don't know, fried foods and all that. So that's her experience of our culture through food, as per the quote
Yes.
says. But when she went to Vietnam and she saw these street foods, she fell in love with
Yeah.
food from Vietnam. So I don't know. What
Oh,
do you think of that, Walbert? How do we fix that? I mean, it's not broken, but if that's a segment of society that visits our country, how do we provide something like that for them? Would you have any idea? That's a can be a rhetorical or an actual
Yeah.
question, depends on you. Although,
Yeah. So the question is, how do you bring something that is familiar in a night market setting to a place like the US?
no. How does the Filipino kitchen or cook or food provider present food to foreigners who do not like fried food or meat or things like those? I would just answer, give them fruits.
Well, there's so many amazing things that vegan chefs are doing now with some of the way that we show and present different foods across the spectrum. I mean, I went to a vegan sushi place and they put a tomato on top of a sushi that I thought was salmon. And it tasted exactly like it. The way they like marinate it, the way they have it soaked, the flavors. And it's like that you would think like, whoa, what is this? Right. And so I think what's really exciting for the Filipino food community is, especially in the US, is that we're being inspired by the current trends that we're seeing across food and cuisine. And so I think a lot of the culinary chefs, they have been accustomed, they are learning in their culinary education what it takes to cook a vegan meal, what it takes to cook a vegetarian meal, what it cooks. Like there's so many different things that they're doing now, right? And so I think you can make a vegan dinuguan if you wanted, and have your own stint of that. I just think there's
Let
so
me
many
know if
different
you have. Let me know if you have that kind
and
of
we
food.
do have we do have vegan dishes
Okay.
on our menu. Yeah. So
and you know what?
I think
I think what Walbert is doing is opening up the doors of Filipino food heritage and Filipino culture to the global market. What he's doing,
Yes.
because there's not there's so many innovative chefs now that can do what Robert was saying. But I think what you're doing is opening the Filipino food culture to the world. So thank you
Right.
for that.
I
Thank you
appreciate
for
that.
that.
It's opening up the conversation too, right?
Yes,
It's
Mhm.
like
it is.
how can we for
Right.
our first pop-up dinner, what we did was we sat random people with other random people. So the motto or the slogan was
Oh, okay,
walk
yeah.
in as strangers,
Leave us
Walk out as
friends.
friends.
leave as family.
Leave us
Yeah.
family.
Oh, leave
Ooh,
us
leave
Yeah,
us
family. That's
family.
even better. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's
we didn't really
nice.
do that because the seating in the new location is different, right? But
Mhm.
it was an enjoyable um approach into, the
That's
foods that were
nice.
presented while also
Mhm.
opening up the conversation.
Conversation. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and that's so true because
go, Robert.
our conversation is
Thank you.
taking
No,
us
I wanna
talk
eat
for
dinner with
2 hours.
y'all, but we're already family at this point. No
Yeah.
more strangers.
Oh.
I know
Oh.
why. Yes, you are
That's so
family,
sweet.
and we
All
will be
right.
manifesting and deciding your
Yes.
future.
I guess that's it. So the hour just flew by and like a few seconds only. That's because we enjoyed our conversation with you so much,
Yes, thank
Walbert.
you,
Yes,
Robert.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
So
See you
Thank
on
you so much for this
Thursday.
opportunity.
see you. Yeah, Thursday is tomorrow. So then we
Yes.
go for it. Yeah. Thank you so much. So,
All right.
anything else? Is that all you want to say as goodbye, Walbert? Or you want to say something else?
I think, yeah, if you are interested in attending an Historia pop-up dinner, feel free to email us, historialv@gmail.com, for the May dinner, May 30th. If you'd like to attend the June 29th dinner at Noe Pits, get ready. I think we haven't put out the reservations yet, but just follow us on Instagram or Facebook at
Okay.
Historia LV. And
Astoria,
lastly, just
okay.
want to say thank you for providing the opportunity of having me on your show on the dot. It's been very exciting, and I love being able to talk about what I'm doing. I'm so passionate about it, and I think this has been such an amazing time just getting to know you both through your show. So thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
Albert. We
Tibok
learned a
ng
lot
puso.
also. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye,
Keep that
everyone. See you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Albert.